Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with day 18 of my Christmas series for 2020. And let's make a shaker card. So, through this series, what I'm finding, I'm finding a technique, something that I haven't done in a while, and I'm digging into my stash. So, I have always been a fan. This is one of my favorite ornament dies, is this Lawn Fawn, and it's called Stitched Ornament. So you get these different sizes. It gives you a stitched outline. Not only then the piece that it cuts out, it's got a stitch line on the inside. So there's really a lot of options. Then I'm also using the Simon Says Chunky Merry and Slimline Christmas. I am really liking the sentiments as well, not only the script, we all love the script, but when you have the background and then this second part that comes up. Birch Press Design has had them for some time, where you've got three choices. I mean, three styles that are available. You have just the letters, and then you have the outline that you can add on to the backing. So it's just a lot of choices, and I really like that. So we are going to make a slimline. This slimline is going to be 4 by 9 when it comes to this size. And this panel here that I'm working on is like 3 7/8 by 8 7/8. It's just shy of 4. So I'm placing my ornaments in place, all 3 of them. And I'm making sure my washi tape is low tack because it is going to be on my project. And I don't want to pull up the paper. Once this was die cut, I'm going to use my liquid adhesive, go around the outside, and apply my acetate. That's the name of it, the word I was looking for. You know, sometimes when you do the voiceovers, you forget what you want to say. Or you're just in shock of, oh, I'm surprised that worked. So I am using 2 sheets. I'm cutting them down for this panel. I'm sure somebody at some point very soon will come out with slimline size sheets when it comes to acetate. So once that's all in place, I'm now going to do the monotonous time that it took me to lay down my double-sided foam tape. This is something that I just won't keep in the video because I am just, see, I'm all over the place. It's just horrible, but needed to make sure. Probably what would have been easier is to just cut a piece of foam down smaller than that size and make sure that the ornaments are placed right where it needed to be placed and do it that way. But no, I must do things difficult. So what I'm using to fill the areas is some iridescent confetti that I had gotten at Michael's, my local craft store, and it's by Recollections. It's actually called, it's really like, too, it's like little tiny tubes of iridescent goodness. Okay, it's called Glitz. Well, that was simple enough. And you get a lot in the jar, and I really like the jars that it comes in. So I placed my backing. The backing that I put behind that was silver metallic, which is actually what it's actually sitting on. I thought I was going to have another frame around it, or else I would have just used that backing for the backing of the shakers. I then cut out the diamonds that go across from the die, and I'm just going to put those across each of these ornaments in a different way. So one's going to have 3, and then the other 2 are just going to have 1 string going across. Now, one of the things that you'll notice as I'm doing, putting all of these pieces together, is I don't use the topper. I didn't use the topper of the ornament. And that was planned. Honestly, it was. I really wanted to see the bow. And sometimes I feel if I put the bow on top of the ornament topper, it kind of gets lost because I'm not going to make it a different color. I did want the bow to be silver. So I've got this iridescent blue silver image going on. Now, when I cut out the letters or the sentiment, I did use the Simon Says glitter paper. And it's the white glitter paper. It has like the iridescent flecks going through it for the glitter. So sitting here thinking, and again, I think that's when I started thinking about, okay, I don't want to put the topper on. I want to do the bow instead. So I'm making sure that I'm putting very little glue on the back of these letters. So dots. Dots are the word. And I'm just making sure that it's very thin going along these because it will be seen. I mean, if it oozes out or anything like that, you will see that in the vellum. It's not something that we can fix. Now, what I could have done and what I should have done, so once I got these pieces onto the vellum, I should have ran this through my sticker machine. What is that, the Desiree machine? And then I could have just made the entire thing a sticker instead of only put glue in certain places on the back. But again, now I know if you don't have that, you can still do it. Just say. But I mean, again, I just made sure that there was dots of glue in certain areas on the back of the vellum when I went to put this down. I love this Mary because I love that E being a little bit crooked and falling into the R just a little bit. I think it's really cool looking. And it's different. And that's something that I do look for when it comes to my cards. Does this look different? Is this... and it's not that I want to intentionally be different. Just making it look unique through the techniques that we use. Again, I'm always pushing on the techniques that we already have. How far can I push that? What happens if I do this? Again, my science teacher said, you so need to graduate. You cannot come back. Especially for the chemistry. Yeah. Because I was. What I would do in that class is, what happens if I do this? And I wouldn't ask first. So, what I will say is I've never blown up the skull. That is not within my repertoire or history. Came close a few times, but did not happen. But he did pass me, just to say, okay, we're good. So here's how I handled the bows. I just put the bows on the top of the ornament itself. Again, that completely planned. I did not want to lose the bow when it comes to the top of those ornaments. Wow, and I just yawned. So sorry about that. So I am also going to make sure that the string of that one bow is going to sit right behind the R. Because I don't want that to sit and pop through the sentiment. So we're going to strategically place that. And I think it fits perfectly, actually, between the other two ornaments. You can see I'm not covering every part of the letters behind, just certain sections of them. Again, as long as it's tacked down, that's fine. It won't come up. And of course we have to shake this for a little bit, because that's what we do with a shaker card. We enjoy that. I'm going to pull out some of my gems. Now remember, these are the gems. There are other projects that I make. I do get these off of Amazon. They're all one size, but I have so many colors of them because I use a lot in another project that I do. So these aren't by anybody specific. But I want to use them up because I have a huge container full. I didn't realize that I wouldn't need this many. But I like them. I think they're great. They come in great colors. I have gold. I think there's a yellow, like a deep yellow gold. There's a silver, there's an iridescent. There's a smoke gray, which is really pretty, a deep purple, blue, green, red. So there's lots of pretty colors. So I do hope you enjoy the shaker to create a scene with it. I like the slimline being a shaker because you can add more to it. You know, I was able to separate out those ornaments. So again, I do hope you enjoyed it. Hope I gave you some ideas. As always, if the products are still available, I will list them down below in the video description. If you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe, be part of my group here. And by all means, make sure you ring the bell if you want your notifications to come through. But again, it's not necessary. Continue to smile. Laugh a little bit each day as we continue through our journey. We will get through this journey, by all means. But remember what's most important for me. Always be creative. Till next time, guys. Take care.